What's up, everybody? Today I am here with somebody that you probably remember, my best friend Alexandra, and today we're going to be doing a video about friendships and talking about ours. And we actually had a falling out not too I guess recently, right?
We stopped talking it was the ending of my senior year in high school, and now this is our second year in college, so 2 years.
Yeah, so I mean it's been a while, and today we talked after it felt like forever. So I just had an idea that I wanted to make a video for anybody out there that's having friendship problems, because I think it happens a lot, especially when you're so tightly knit with somebody and then all of a sudden it just isn't the same anymore. It happens after high school and everything. So I wanted to make this video of us just talking about us, what happened, why it happened, and hopefully it'll give closure to us and you guys as well, for anybody back home watching that's going through the same thing and wants to know how to solve it. How did we it's like a talk show.
Like story time.
Yeah.
How did we fall out? Well, I think it's really important to talk about it, because nobody really talks about how hard it is to keep your friendships going when you get in a relationship with somebody. And yeah. I think it's a huge deal, because friendships are relationships, so it's you're adding another person into kind of your clique in a way. And I feel nobody talks about how hard it is, but it is hard when you have to bring somebody else into your life when you have such standing still people. And especially for us, we've been friends since
pre-K,
once we were babies. Yeah. So it's we were always so close, and what we had is basically each other. So when you don't when somebody takes you away from that person, from the one person that you need, I think it's really hard. And that transition itself is what we didn't prepare for, nor did we have good communication when it came to it in itself. And obviously now we're older and we understand more, but it's not easy.
It isn't. And well, from my perspective, I think the reason why, I mean, it wasn't just her, it was Carla too, if you guys remember. I'll insert a picture of all of us here. We were the three best friends and inseparable pretty much. I mean, me and Carla always butt heads, but I feel when we weren't, it was weird. I feel me and Carla naturally we're just like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I still love her, and we would still love each other even if we would butt heads all the time. But I think the reason why we had such a big falling out is because I had just recently gotten out of a relationship at that time, and I quickly jumped onto another one. But I knew that it felt right. It felt right to me. I wasn't just jumping from guy to guy. And
I feel with him.
I'm still with him. Diego. You guys know Diego. So yeah, and I think why? So explain.
So what happened was, her and Carla had a falling out before me and her had a falling out. So they had a falling out, and I won't say that story because that's not our story. But with us, it was I feel there had been so much already tension from when she got in a relationship. So basically it's not oh, I was upset that she was in a relationship. It was more I was just worried that she jumped in from one to another one so fast, and I felt she needed the time to just basically be on her own. It is a hard thing to be alone, and I know it's really hard thing. She doesn't like being alone, so I didn't want her to get in a relationship if it wasn't for the right reasons. And I didn't know this guy all that well, and I was very protective. But I think I met up with both of them, and I was I said I was sorry to her boyfriend Diego, and I was listen, I don't have anything against him, because I don't even now I can't say anything bad for him or nothing. There's no reason for me to hate him. I was just really worried. My graduation came and my prom came, and I remember, because it's so long ago, but I remember that I think I really wanted to see her, and I really wanted her there for those big moments in my life, and I really wanted her to just be there, because she was one of the most important people in my life. She's my best friend. And then I guess a lot of miscommunication happened, and she was supposed to do my makeup for prom, and she ended up she couldn't do it, and at last minute I freaked out, because prom.
Oh my god, I just remembered that.
Prom for senior year is the most important thing, and you're oh prom, and you have to do those appointments so early on, and like I was like freaking out. So when she couldn't do my makeup, I started freaking out. I had already been so upset with her about that, and I didn't want to talk to her, and I was livid. And then for my graduation came, and then like she was like, oh, I can't make it, like for certain reasons that she couldn't make it, and I that's what like it was like I fell off the cliff, and I was like I was so upset because like my graduation was the one thing for me, and I didn't have all my family members that I wanted there to be there, and the one person I wanted her to be there, of course. And that's when I ended it. I cut all ties.
Yeah. I mean, it was
very abrupt. It was very abrupt.
Which sucked. I mean, it was kind of both of our faults because we never really talked about it. It just happened. It just, like, stuff like that just happens. It's never planned. It's never something that you would presume to, you know, occur in the future. It just did. And it's so weird, especially because of us. Like, we're legit, like, sisters. Like, she's the only person I've ever slept over her house with. Like literally, like, sleep over for, like, 3 days straight. Like, we were, like, family.
Inseparable.
So to have, like, so much space, like, so much time, like, not talking to each other is... like it, even now that like today is literally the first day that we hang out since like forever,
since senior year
of high school, and we're sophomores in college. So I mean, it's crazy, and it doesn't feel like it's been a long time. It feels like the same thing. So it's crazy. It kind of annoys me, the fact that we didn't talk all this time, because like we could have done so many things together.
And it's definitely such a transitioning moment in our lives, like high school to college. I moved away also, so that didn't help, and I moved away for college, and so I was away, and I've been through so much. Like, I was catching up, and she was like, my life is a novela, like so many things, so much things have happened, and so like I was, you know, it was like the worst time to lose the best friend but I
felt like it sucked because like I so badly wanted to be there for you, and I felt like both you and Carla didn't see that, you know what I mean? Like I cried the day I couldn't go to your graduation. I knew that prom I couldn't do it because I was like super filled with appointments that day. So that was like out of my control. Like I wish I could have, but like I was so like I legit I couldn't. And then graduation, I was pissed as hell that I couldn't go, and like I felt like there was a lot of, like, we didn't talk to each other. Everything was just so, like, feisty and... And, oh, you're not gonna come here, like, whatever, like, that's it, like, bye. And, like, I think that's the problem with...
No communication.
Yeah, that's, like, it sucks because, like, it ruined such a good friendship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I still miss Carla. Like, Carla's, like, amazing. And, like, I miss her family so much. Like, I still have them on Facebook. And I'm, like, I wish I could, like, hug them right now. It sucks, but, eventually I'll get Carla too.
I'll lure her in.
I'll lure her back in. But yeah, it just, I almost don't remember why we were so stupid to like break what we had.
It was also so long ago, and I feel like we used to bump heads a lot because me and her like we have the same personality, so we would fight a lot, and like I think we're very like jealous people when it comes to each other, so...
Oh, for sure. I mean, I still am. Like, I'm pretty... like, I think the whole point was that, like, she switched to another high school, which was, like, super hard on me, because legit, like, I don't have friends, and I don't say that because, like, I want to, like, sound, like, weird and cool to you guys, but I genuinely don't have friends. Like, she's, like, one of the few ones that I do have. So, like, when she left, I'm like, well, there you go. Like, I lost, like, literally, like... You were like the pillar, like holding and like you just like when you left it just like knocked out, like knocked over, like that's it. I'm like, well crap, like there you go. So I mean like when she left, I obviously looked for other people to hang out with. I mean I relied on a boyfriend for happiness and stuff like that. We didn't have time for each other. We had to travel like back and forth because you lived like 20 minutes away from me, and
we didn't have our cars, like, it was our parents, so to get to each other was very hard. We had to plan it out a lot.
Yeah.
And, like...
And being in other schools, you had other friends, and then I had a hard time accepting the fact that you had other friends, and I hated the fact that she had other friends. Not that she had other friends, necessarily, because I'm happy that you were, like, feeling at home in the other school, but it's just that, like, suddenly those friends were getting closer, and suddenly those friends were doing things that we used to do. And then suddenly those friends are like totally taking you away. So it's like, what the hell? Like you get really pissed because it's like, I've known you for so long. It got to a point for me that it's like, I wish you could have felt what I felt, Cause I know that you're super comfortable with anybody. You know what I mean? Like at first you're like whatever iffy, but like when you get to know somebody, like that's it. Like that, like you know them for, it's like you know them forever.
Yeah.
So knowing that, I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna lose her, and like it sucks because like her friends and me, like I tried to get along with them. I don't know what it was. We just didn't click.
I think it's more like, basically we lived all our life like whoever was my friend was her friend. Like if it was like a two thing, like you're gonna be my friend, like this is my best friend Michelle. So it's like we became friends with everybody. So we didn't really have, I don't think, individual friends. So it's not something we were accustomed to. So when we did have our own individual friends, it was like who is that? Like, you know, who is that? Who do you think? That's not your best friend.
Yeah, so it's like that's so annoying. Like stealing. It felt like they were literally stealing you away from me. Yeah. Like I would ask to hang out, or like you wouldn't be able to because you're busy with something. You know what I mean? Like same goes for me. And like, I mean, in my case, I didn't have many friends to begin with, but the ones that I did, I mean, I felt like I always kept it pretty balanced, or at least I tried to. Like I didn't want to be like, okay, I'm hanging out with this girl. Like, no, I can't. Like, I don't know. I wanted to make sure that everybody's like equally like happy. And I'm spending time with everybody that I love. But seeing you was just hell. And then when I lost you, I obviously lost Carla. Because we're like like, if we're not in threes, we can't be in, like the only people that can be in twos is like me and you, or you or Carla. Yeah. For some reason, me and Carla tried it. Yeah, me and Carla tried it once and it just didn't work out. Like we just fell asleep. Like we literally, I went over her house and we're there talking and I'm like, okay, and we knocked out on our bed. Like that's, I don't know why, but like threes, we are perfect. Yeah. We're legit, we have the best time.
We have the best times. But we cracked up together.
I mean, like we have so many videos on this channel of all the the three of us, and it's crazy. Cause imagine having so many memories, and then all of a sudden it's like they're just memories because you haven't hung out with them in such a long time. And there's just, it sucks because like clearly talking to her, like there's a lot of things that I didn't know about, that I didn't even care to ask back then, or I didn't think about asking because I was stubborn or because I had too much pride and I didn't want to be the person to say sorry.
We're the same. And if I'm not gonna reach out, I know she's not gonna reach out. But like, I don't know, she reached out.
Yeah, I mean like, I was thinking about it, I was talking about it with Diego, and I'm like I was looking through my pictures, it's like we have so many things together. I'm gonna cry. Aww. So it like sucks. And I just knew that I had to bring you back in my life. Cry. I didn't want to cry for this video. But like you were so important, and like to make you think, or to even let myself think that you all of a sudden are not important to me, or like you're not a part of my life. Like my whole life I've envisioned you as like my bridesmaid at my wedding, you know? So I just wanted to make sure that this year
she does my makeup and then she makes me cry.
I just wanted to make sure that this year doesn't go on like this. Like, you know, like you're so important to me. Like, I don't think anybody understands. Like, I love this girl. Like, she is one of the bestest friends I have ever had. Like, the only person that can get me and piss me off at the same time. But I wouldn't want to be pissed off by anybody else. Like, I really... It's like, it's a friendship like no other that I've tried seeking in other people, and it's impossible. I can't get to that point. I hate like being on Instagram and like not being a part of everything that you're doing. That like breaks my heart. So that's why I wanted to like hang out with you again, and like
she definitely came back though at a perfect time. Yeah. Because I was going through a lot, and I was going through a lot this semester in school, and she was there right when I needed her. And you know, it's hard. It was really hard. Like, taking her off was really hard. I never used to be the one to do that in our friendship. Like, I would never want us to fight. Like, I'd never, like, we'd fight, but I'd never be like, let's not talk or anything. Like, I'd never take that step.
You would be like the peacemaker.
Yeah, I'd try to piece it together. So I think the fact that I was the one to break it off was very shocking, because I was never like that. Like, it was either like I never used to do that, and I have a problem with like letting people go, and whoever's in my life, like I cherish them so much. So it's like very hard for me to, if I do that, there's a huge reason to it. She even reached out to my mom, and I know that she reached out to my mom, and like,
oh my god, yeah, I remember.
And so I
have really good memory. I forget these things.
We always talked about going to college together. We always talked about that this part of our life, we were going to do it together. And the fact that we didn't even speak, she didn't even know like that, like what I was doing, what I was going through. It was a breakup. It was really hard, and there was so many times where I know I needed her there, and we broke up. So it's like,
you can't go to that person.
You can't go to the one person that you know you want to go to.
Yeah.
I also didn't want to come back because her parents are such a big part of my life too. They were, and like, so I knew that coming back was gonna be tough, and like seeing them again, like seeing her dad, I cried when her dad, like their dad saw me and cried, and I cried, and it's like, because we were a huge part of our lives, like that we were like inseparable.
Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's literally like sitting you with here right now. It's like, I can't believe we spent so much time apart. Like, that's so weird. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like we spent
so much time apart.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was gonna say something on my mind, just like totally. Like, I'm just thinking about it because it's like mind-boggling. Like how I appreciate you and our friendship so much more now because we took that time apart.
Yeah.
And it's so, I feel like it's important to do that sometimes, even though you don't want to.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to take that time apart and like grow. Like, I've grown so much. She's grown so much. You could see it, and I feel like, if anything,
it's almost weird.
Yeah, it's
like, because I feel like the last time we hung out, we were such children,
kids,
and like running around freaking Sunset, like with a dog in pajamas, like
walking down like the streets in onesies.
Yeah,
and I thought it was cool. I still think that's cool. Walk around in onesies.
Cool too, but like. It's crazy, yeah. We were such
we've grown, and it's like she was walking in my car, and I was like, "You're dressed so cute."
Yeah, we're like so adults now.
I say that with a Rugrats shirt on.
But I'm just so happy that like we're back together again, and like hopefully Diego now like accepts it more, because obviously like since like when I first started with Diego, we weren't on good terms, and that means that Diego wasn't on good terms with them because Diego's like, he defends me, right? But I've always told him like I know that they love me. Like, I know that they had the best intentions, and it just didn't turn out right. And just emotions just fogged up everything else and got the best of us, and because you guys are the only... Yeah, my mom even said it. Like, you guys are bound to be friends again. Like, you guys are like perfect for each other. Like, it's impossible to just like let all of that go. So
friendship is hard, but I think people like take it for granted. Like, they don't realize how much maintenance goes in a friendship. So like when you decide to actually be friends with someone, like you're investing your time in them, and like, you know, they're an extension of who you are, kind of. So you don't want to pick bad friends, and that's why you don't want to pick bad friends. And then that's why best friends mean so much to me. Like, that's why she meant so much to me. She still does mean so much to me, but like when it happened, it was so hard for me because she mean that much to me. And then I think the only advice that I can give is just basic communication. Oh my god, it's important in every relationship.
Anywhere, because the reason that people have fights is because they don't communicate. That's it. Like, that's literally, it's as simple as talking.
So many things can be fixed if you just talk about it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times people they just close off their emotions, or they just don't want to, they're lazy, or they just don't want to, like, it's almost like they don't want to start a fight, that they insinuate it by not talking about it.
Be honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with how you feel. Like, I feel like it's very important to realize that, like, it's okay for your best friend to feel jealous. It's okay for her to feel this way about this person. Like, it's okay. Your emotions are valid. And like, that's always something that I like to say. Like, your emotions are valid, even if I don't understand them. That doesn't make them invalid. Like,
especially like if you tell somebody like, oh, you angered me, and that other person says like, no, I didn't. It's like, no, you can't tell me it's not because that's what you made me feel, type of thing. So I feel like once two people understand that, that's when everything is just like easy going.
Have an open heart and an open mind, and
everything comes after that.
And goes. Yeah. Just keep them in mind. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that I was like, oh, I'm doing this, and Michelle just has to agree with it, or she has to go along with it, or just to be okay with it. But I never sat down and thought like, oh, she has a valid reason to be upset, or she of course she feels this way. Like I feel the same way when she goes out and hangs out with her friends. So it's like it's important to think about that stuff.
Don't get your emotions get in the way of things, and understand emotions, what you're feeling and what they're feeling, and just together. Like, don't be selfish and don't be stubborn, because I realized it too when I would get in fights, and it's like, no, like, you're wrong, and it's like, they're not wrong, because they're expressing exactly what they're feeling, what their perspective was, what they got from my actions. And I explain what, you know, hopefully the same, everything is reciprocated if you do it respectfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
good
just
tone
the main
and
issue.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
because then you lash out, and then you know what kind of conversation is gonna go from that. Like, that's what we did. Like, we lashed out at each other,
and then we're like, peace
out. I've always said I think friendship breakups are worse than relationship breakups.
No, for sure. I feel like they hurt more.
They hurt so much more, and like
a lot more, because guys, whatever, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say they come and go, because like that's not, I mean, that's not true for me in my case. I want to keep mine. But you know, if something ever happens with your partner, you want somebody to talk to, and like, if you don't have that somebody, who else do you go to? You bottle up emotions, it gets worse in your relationship, in your life. You start having like an unhealthy mind, and just like, it's awful. Like, it's always good to have a friend. At first I was always like, I don't need friends, like, whatever, and like, I was telling you, I'm like, I need more friends. Like, I mean, it's good to have people that you care about and will, you know, reciprocate the same feelings for you of respect and likeness. You should have somebody that appreciates your time and who you are. I like this conversation we had. We talked about each other, we had closure, and we're probably gonna keep on talking about everything that we've missed out on in the past 2 years, and hopefully this gave you guys closure back home for any ex-best friends out there looking for their best friend again. And
reach out.
Yeah, reach out to them. Don't be afraid about it either. Don't be afraid of looking like the smaller person or the bigger person, whatever it may be. Just look at it as
reach
a human
out.
And
it's definitely something that an advice that I definitely like, you know, life is so short and it's amazing, and what the people that like human connection, it's like something that I thrive on now, because I feel like every human connection that I make means something to me. So like, if you miss someone, tell them you miss them. If you love someone, tell them you love them.
And you have no idea how much that it could impact their life too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy to me, because life really is, it's so short. I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm almost 20. And you lose people, you gain them, but you have to keep on going and make yourself happy. If you miss someone, tell them. If you want them back in your life, tell them. They don't want to be a part of it, okay, give it time, let it work, find somebody else that can make you just that as happy, and find that happiness within yourself too. You don't want to rely on anybody else.
Letting go is so hard. Like, definitely letting go is so hard, but it's your heart breaking open for more space. So just
for more love.
For more love.
Yes.
And I miss YouTube. I wanted to tell you, I might as well tell you on camera. So I might do a YouTube channel. Might.
Let me know. I can promo.
It's good to be back though, in front of the camera.
I know, how exciting. I'm so happy, and I'm so glad that we're back together.
I know.
We can't let this happen again, ever.
I think it really won't though. I don't fight with people. I box, guys, so I'm not angry anymore. I don't know, I think this was good.
Yeah, I like this video a lot, and hopefully you guys like it too. If you did, don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys want to see next, and of course subscribe for more videos, and hopefully I'll be making more lifestyle videos and talking about serious issues. Yeah, I'm so excited. 2018, people, it's the year.
It's a good year.
It's a good year. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I love you all very, very much. Mwah.